Hello everyone, welcome to video lecture series of satellite communication. Today's topic is transponders. In today's video, you are going to understand what is the function of a transponder, why it is being used in the case of the satellite communication, why it is known as an integral part of satellite subsystems, and how many types of transponders are there. Let us begin. See, in the communication system, you must have heard the term of the repeater. What is the function of the repeater? The function of the repeater is to increase the signal strength. Because whenever there is a requirement to send the signal for a long distance and the signals has to travel a very long distance and the signal strength may decrease. So there is a requirement of the repeaters which is used to increase the signal strength. So repeaters and antenna together, they make the communication subsystems of communication satellites. And these repeaters or transponders, they provide the receive and transmit coverage to the satellites. And repeaters are also known as a transponder. See, there are some more functions which is to be performed by the transponders, but sometimes you may get a term repeater and you may get a term transponder also. So it basically performs two functions. First is the amplification of the signal and second is the frequency down conversion, that is the frequency translation. Because you know that the uplink frequency is kept different from the downlink. So to avoid the interference between the transmitted signal and the weak incoming signal, there is a requirement of the down conversion. And sometimes there is also a provision of detection and demodulation. So overall, the unit which provides all these functions, that is known as a transponder. So transponder is a component of a subsystem which receives the signals and performs frequency translation. It provides the connecting link between transmitting and receiving antennas, and it is very important part of the space segment. You know that there are two different segments. One is the ground segment and other is the space segment. So transponder is a part of the space segment. But what is this term transponder? See, it performs the function of both transmitter and receiver. So if you combine these two terms, transmitter plus responder, and some of the letters which have been taken from the transmitter and responder means trans plus responder, that is why it is known as a transponder and it is performing both the functions. I hope now this particular point is clear to you. Now let us discuss about the block diagram of the transponder. How to draw the basic block diagram, how to explain it. So here you can see satellite antenna, duplexer, low noise amplifier, carrier processor, power amplifier. These are the various units over here. So satellite antenna, you know that there is a requirement of antenna to transmit the signal and receive the signal. Here you can see double arrow is being mentioned and a duplexer, this unit is being shown over here. So duplexer is nothing but it is a two-way microwave gate. What is the function of the duplexer? Duplexer, when there is a use of single antenna for transmission and reception, then a unit is being used which is known as a duplexer. So during transmission, duplexer, this particular unit connect the antenna with the transmitter section and keeping the open circuit for the receiving sections. And when there is a requirement of the receiving, then it will short circuit the receiver section and open the transmitter. So it is commonly used whenever there is a use of the single antenna for the transmission and reception purpose. Other is the low noise amplifier. Low noise amplifier amplifies the weak received signal. Then there is a carrier processor. See, this is very important. The function of the carrier processor is frequency translation, that is frequency down conversion, and frequency down conversion is required to eliminate and to avoid interference. At the same time, this block also helps us to determine the type of transponder, right? Here the carrier processing equipments, because it helps us to identify which particular types of transponder, and its major function is frequency translation, and there are 4 different kinds of frequency translations are there, which is RF to RF translation, RF to IF translation, IF remodulation, demodulation, remodulation. So these many like frequency translations can be performed, and as I've told you, it determines the type of transponder. Next and last unit is the power amplifier. Power amplifier amplifies the power of frequency down converted signal to the required level, because after the frequency translation there is a use to increase the signal strength, and traveling wave tubes amplifier TWTA. These are commonly used as a power amplifiers for the satellite, and the size of traveling wave tube amplifier, it totally depends upon which type of mission is being performed and typical values of the output saturated power, whether the values are from 150 to 250 watt, which is required for the direct broadcasting applications. This is what I have already explained. I have listed down over here. What is the function of the duplexer, low noise amplifier, carrier processor, and power amplifier. Next, now we are going to discuss about the types of transponders. How many types of satellite transponders are there? Basically, 2 different types of transponders you need to study. One is the single conversion transponder and the other is regenerative transponder. So first we are talking about the single conversion transponder, which is also known as a quasi-linear repeater, quasi-linear transponder, or bent pipe, right? So you know that what is the function of the transponder for the frequency conversion as well as to amplify the signal strength. So single conversion type transponder, it describes the tendency of satellite transponder which amplifies and shows non-linear response which is close to the maximum power output, and it gives a more linear response at low power levels. So you must remember more linear response at low power level, right? And this repeater receives, separates and amplifies it, assign uplink carrier, then translate the frequency to the downlink and amplifies the signal for the retransmission. Here you can see the conversion is being performed in one step, right? This transponder converts uplink to downlink at one step. That is why this is known as a single conversion type. And traveling wave tube amplifiers are usually used in the construction of high power amplifier, high power output stage of the transponder. And you must remember the 3 things are very much required for the transponder. One is the filter. Why filter is required? Filter is required to eliminate the energy which is from outside the operating band. One is the low noise amplifier. Low noise amplifier is used to increase the signal power. And third important component is the broadband frequency converter, which is used to shift the operating band from one frequency to the another, right? So this is how you can explain it. What are the required components and how it is going to be used. This single conversion type transponder, it is used for 6x4 GHz band or C band, and here local oscillator is at 2225 MHz. It is also known as a bent pipe transponder which receive microwave frequency signal, and as I have told you, it converts the input frequency to the RF, then amplify. Bent pipe transponder is also known as a conventional transponder, and this type of transponder is suitable for analog and digital signals both, right? Second type of transponder is the regenerative repeater. There are certain advantages of the regenerative repeater over single conversion type. Regenerative repeaters gives improved performance, and it is, but there is one limitation also. Its like structure is relatively complex in comparison to the single conversion type. So advantage is improved signal to noise ratio. It gives flexibility, but if you have to write down the limitation or disadvantage, then its like structure is relatively complex. You can draw the block diagram in this particular manner. Here, regenerative repeater, it performs the transmitting and receiving function in the same manner as we have discussed for the single conversion type. But it contains a demodulator in each transmission links, which demodulate the uplink signal to the digital baseband signal. And there is a modulator. This modulator modulates again, right? It remodulates the signal on a downlink carrier, then only it will be retransmitted back to the earth station. But this approach is very effective. Why? Because it isolates the uplink component, uplink performance from the downlink, and it prevents the accumulation of noise and distortion over the links. So it gives us various advantages. And here, as I have already discussed, what is the use of low noise amplifier? It is used to increase the signal strength. Amplifiers, traveling wave tube amplifiers are used. Filters to eliminate the energy outside the operating band. And frequency conversion is required. And here you can see there are two stages at which the conversions have been done. Means in the case of the regenerative transponder, more than one stages can be used for the frequency translation, while in the case of the single conversion type, it is being performed at one stage. So this is the major difference. So I have listed out all the points which I have told you. This regenerative transponder, you must remember that it works well only for the digital signals, right? So you can write the difference in between both the transponders as well. This is also known as a processing transponder, right? So this is about the regenerative transponder. At the end, let me summarize you that in this particular video I have discussed what is transponder, what is the function of transponder, how to draw the basic block diagram, and what are the different types of transponders, that is single conversion type transponder and regenerative transponder. Thank you so much for watching this video.